You've most likely heard about it. The big, beautiful bill has been passed, but what does that mean for all of us? Well, Joe Schmitz from Peak Retirement Planning joins us to talk about the changes and opportunities that this will bring. First, Joe, it's great to see you again.
Thanks for having me in.
Man, probably the #1 thing on my social feeds right now. A lot of questions, maybe some misinformation out there. What are the big takeaways, everything that affects us to even retirees?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot packed in here. So I'm going to point out about 4 or 5 of the most popular things that we're seeing people, our clients, take advantage of right now. The first one is the standard deduction. So we're going to get a higher standard deduction right now, and that's going to be for everyone. That leads to more tax-free money up front. So most people are going to save more money on taxes due to this. And it's key to remember, this was set to sunset, and the standard deduction was going to get cut in half. Instead, they raised it, so good opportunity for everyone. For those 65 or older, they get an additional $6,000 bump per taxpayer.
Wow.
And that's kind of the government's way of saying tax-free Social Security. That didn't get passed. Everyone heard about that. So this is a way that they can still, have access to that.
That makes sense.
And then the other thing that we've seen a lot of is the Trump accounts. And, a lot of our clients are in or near retirement, but for their grandkids or their kids, this is something that can be a great benefit. And so they can get $1,000 from the government, and who doesn't like free money, right? So they get $1,000 in this account, and we're just doing the math. Over a 50, 60, 70-year period, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars of value that they could have just by having that $1,000 sit there and grow over time. And so parents can contribute to that. It's going to be taxed as capital gains if they use it for education, for a new house, babies, business. So there's a lot of things they can use it for. It's not tax-free. And so we would tell people, hey, good to take advantage of that, but maybe want to look at like a 529 where they could move it to a Roth eventually.
That's a good point.
So,
and you mentioned the $1,000 we were talking before we went on air. Is that's for children that are born now, or this year, I should say, through 2028?
Yeah, I believe that's the correct ruling. Now, there's a lot of things in this bill that are still getting worked out. So there's still some details that are unsure of, but that's what we're expecting. But anyone under 18 should be able to contribute and whatnot.
Awesome.
The other thing to pay attention to is charitable deductions. Now, this is something for charitable organizations. They haven't seen as much donations in the past years because there's no benefit from it for most people from a tax standpoint. Now they're going to allow $1,000 per individual, $2,000 per married filing jointly couple to get written off if you donate to charity. So that wasn't in place before, but now it is. So great opportunity for those who maybe aren't significant givers, but to still get some tax write-offs.
That's great to inspire people. And obviously times are hard. You got to first look out for yourself. But in order to be pushed a little bit to give to the community, that's a great idea. And what about at like the state and local level, Joe?
Yeah, so state and local taxes. So that used to be a $10,000 limit. Now they're bumping it up to $40,000. Here's why it's important to people in Columbus, Ohio specifically, is property taxes. Property taxes are high if you're living in a suburban area or somewhere in Columbus. And so that plus state and local, if you're having higher income, you're probably going to be able to write off more in that category where typically you only had a certain amount. So that, but plus taxes on tips and overtime. We know that is now an opportunity to get some more money for those, in those service lines of work. So it's up to $25,000 for tips. So you can get that tax-free. And then for overtime, it's $12,500 per taxpayer. So there's some ways you can get some extra money cash tax-free and maybe an extra benefit to work a little harder, right?
Man, you've broken it down so efficiently. And you're always equipping people, too. Real quick, you got a giveaway with your book, right?
Yeah, so if they want to learn more about tax benefits, so if a lot of the things we talked about today is attractive to them, we've broken down a lot of the tax code in that book that they can request. We'll send it out to them, make sure they can get the help they're looking for. And if they just text or call us, we'll send that out to them.
And right there, he just said it. You can call or text HELP to the number 614-541-8713 to request that retirement tax toolkit. Joe, we are equipped, man. Thank you so much.
Let's go save some money on some taxes.
Yes, let's do it. We got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.